Today is the day you wake up and take charge of your life. You've been sitting on the sidelines long enough watching other people live their dreams, achieve their goals, and find happiness. But I've got news for you, your time starts today. How often have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow? Let me tell you something about tomorrow. It's not guaranteed. You're sitting around waiting for the stars to align, for some magical moment where everything falls into place. But life doesn't work like that. The only thing you're guaranteed is right now, this very moment. Stop waiting for perfect conditions because they're never coming. Every successful person you see out there started in less than ideal conditions. They were broke, tired, and scared, but took that first step. The difference between them and the rest of the world is they didn't wait for an invitation to improve their lives. They just got moving. You don't need perfect timing, you need a sense of urgency. Time waits for no one. If you keep waiting for the right moment, all you're doing is wasting precious time. Let's get real. How many years have you been saying the same thing? When I get a better job, when I have more energy, when I feel more confident. Guess what? You won't feel confident until you start. Confidence is built through action, not sitting on the sidelines. It's time to stop talking yourself out of your blessings. You've been praying for a sign, but maybe that sign is already in front of you. You wake up today hearing this message, that's your sign. This is the push you've been waiting for. Now, what are you going to do with it? If you don't act, nothing changes. You have to understand waiting won't get you anywhere. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to take that first step. Excuses stack up. Fear builds and opportunities slip away. That job you want, that business idea, that dream of yours is not going to wait for you to get ready. The world moves on, with or without you. You're not going to feel fully prepared. No one does. But preparation isn't about feeling ready, it's about being willing. Willing to try, willing to fail, willing to learn. Stop telling yourself you're not ready. You're ready enough. You've got everything you need inside you right now to get started. The question is, will you? So stop waiting for the perfect moment to find you. Instead, create the moment. Take that first step, even if it's shaky. Get out of your way. Life is too short to be spent waiting for the perfect conditions. Start where you are with what you have and let the rest unfold as you go. The way you start your day dictates how the rest of it unfolds. Think about if you roll out of bed late, groggy, unprepared, your day starts in chaos. But if you wake up with purpose, if you take control of those early hours, you set yourself up to win. Owning your mornings isn't just a habit, it's a lifestyle. It's the foundation for success. When your alarm goes off, what do? Do you hit snooze, roll over, and steal a few more minutes of sleep? That's a decision right there, and it sets the tone for your day. Hitting snooze is telling the world, I'm not ready. Waking up on time with intention is telling yourself, I've got this. Start your day with discipline, and the rest will follow. The morning is your time. Before the emails, the texts, and the chaos of life, those early hours belong to you. Use them wisely. Pray, meditate, exercise, journal, plan your day. Do something that feeds your mind, body, and spirit. Don't let those precious hours slip away because you were too lazy to get up. Take control of your soulings and you'll start taking control of your life. Let's talk about routines. Successful people don't leave their mornings to chance. They have rituals that set them up for success. They don't scroll through social media or waste time in bed. They're up early, working on themselves before the world demands their attention. If you want to change your life, start by changing your morning routine. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you don't prioritize yourself in the morning, how are you supposed to handle the challenges of the day? When you invest in your mornings, you're filling up your cup. You're building the energy, focus, and strength you need to tackle anything that comes your way. Stop making excuses about why you can't get up early. I'm not a morning person. It's just a mindset, not a fact. You can train yourself to be anything you want. Start small, wake up 15 minutes earlier, then 30, then an hour. It's not about being perfect, it's about progress. Every little step adds up. When you own your mornings, you own your day. And when you own your day, you start owning your life. It's that simple. It's time to stop waking up reactive and start waking up proactive. Make the first hour of your day sacred. Protect it, use it, and watch how your life begins to transform. Accountability is the cornerstone of transformation. It's not easy to look in the mirror and admit that where you are right now is the result of your own choices, but that's the truth. Until you own your role in your life story, you can't rewrite it. Stop pointing fingers at other people, your circumstances, or bad luck. Take responsibility, and you'll take back your power. Blaming others may feel good in the moment, but it keeps you stuck. You can't change what you won't own. If you blame your job, your upbringing, or even the people around you, you give them control over your life. Taking accountability isn't about guilt, it's about freedom. It's saying, this is my life and I'm in charge of what happens next. When you take accountability, you shift from being a victim to being a leader. Leaders don't waste time making excuses, they focus on solutions. Look at where you are right now and ask yourself, what can I do to make this better? It doesn't matter if the problem wasn't your fault. What matters is how you respond to it. Taking ownership of your actions means you're not waiting for someone else to save you. Accountability isn't just about the big things, it's about the small daily choices. Did you skip your workout today? That's on you. Did you spend hours scrolling through social media instead of working on your goals? That's on you too. Start recognizing the patterns that hold you back and commit to changing them one step at a time. Stop telling yourself stories that justify inaction. I'm too busy. I'll start tomorrow. I can't do this because of my past. Those are lies you tell yourself to stay comfortable. Accountability is uncomfortable because it forces you to face the truth. But that truth is also your pathway to growth. When you own your choices, you can start making better ones. Taking accountability doesn't mean beating yourself up for past mistakes. It means learning from them. Look at your failures as lessons, not punishments. What did you learn? How can you use that knowledge to move forward? Accountability is about progress, not perfection. Every step you take toward owning your life is a step toward your best self. When you decide to take accountability, everything changes. You stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. You stop looking for excuses and start finding solutions. You realize that the power to change your life has been in your hands all along. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Take that first step and watch what happens when you fully own your life. Growth begins where your comfort zone ends. The truth is that most people never reach their potential because they're too afraid to step into the unknown. Change is uncomfortable, and discomfort is where excuses are born. But the life you want, the success you're chasing, and the dreams you're dreaming, they all exist outside the bubble of what feels safe. Comfort zones are traps disguised as sanctuaries. They make you feel good in the moment, but they rob you of progress. Think about it. When's the last time you grew as a person by staying where you were? Comfort is the enemy of change. If you're serious about transforming your life, you have to make peace with being uncomfortable. Discomfort doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're trying. When you feel uneasy, nervous, or even scared, that's a sign you're doing something new. It's not a signal to stop. It's a sign to keep going. The people who succeed aren't the ones who avoid discomfort. They're the ones who embrace it. They push through the fear and take action anyway. Fear is a natural part of stepping out of your comfort zone, but you can't let it control you. Fear wants to keep you small. It wants to protect you from failure, but in doing so, it also protects you from growth. The key isn't to eliminate fears, to act despite it. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward even when you're afraid. The more you challenge yourself, the more your comfort zone expands. What felt impossible yesterday becomes routine tomorrow. That's how growth works. Start small. Take one uncomfortable step each day, whether it's having a tough conversation, trying something new, or pushing yourself physically. Every step counts. Over time, you'll build the resilience to tackle bigger challenges. Don't expect change to feel good right away. Change is messy, awkward, and sometimes painful. But that pain is temporary. The rewards of stepping outside your comfort zone last forever. Every uncomfortable moment you endure brings you closer to the life you want. Remember, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Your comfort zone is not where you're meant to stay. You weren't born to live a small, safe life. You were born to grow, to stretch, to become more than you were yesterday. Discomfort is the price of progress. Embrace it, and you'll discover just how strong, capable, and resilient you are. Excuses are the chains holding you back from your potential. Every time you say, I can't, you reinforce the walls around your dreams. Excuses feel safe because they let you off the hook. But here's the hard truth. Those excuses are the reason you're stuck. If you want to change your life, you have to let them go. We've all been guilty of making excuses. I don't have enough time. I don't have the money. I don't know where to start. Those statements might feel true, but they're just barriers you've built in your mind. People with less time, less money, and fewer resources have achieved incredible things because they refuse to let excuses define them. An excuse is nothing more than a story you tell yourself to justify action. It's a way of saying, I'm not willing to try. But here's the thing, success doesn't care about your excuses. The world isn't going to wait for you to feel ready. The only way forward is to take action, even when it's hard, inconvenient, or scary. The next time you catch yourself making an excuse, stop and ask, is this true? Most of the time, the answer is no. You do have the time if you prioritize. You can find the money if you get creative. You can learn what you need if you're willing to start small. Excuses dissolve when you confront them with action. Dropping excuses means taking full responsibility for your life. It means saying, I'm in control and I have the power to change this. That's not always easy, but it's necessary. Accountability and excuses can't coexist. You have to choose, do you want to stay comfortable or do you want to grow? When you stop making excuses, you'll start seeing opportunities. Doors that seem closed will begin to open. You'll realize that the only thing standing in your way is your mindset. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up and doing the best you can with what you have. Excuses might make you feel better in the short term, but they rob you of long-term success. The life you want is on the other side of every excuse you've ever made. Let them go and watch what happens when you step into the fullness of your potential. Motivation is a great spark, but discipline is the fuel that keeps the fire burning. You can't rely on motivation to carry you through because motivation fades. One day you'll wake up feeling inspired and the next you'll want to quit. That's why discipline matters more. It's not about doing what feels good. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's what separates people who dream from people who achieve. Dreams are nothing without consistent action. Consistency doesn't come from waiting for the perfect note or the right time. It comes from building habits that keep you moving forward no matter what. Start small. Discipline doesn't mean taking on everything at once. It means committing to the basics and showing up every day. Maybe it's waking up an hour earlier to work on your goals. Maybe it's cutting out distractions so you can focus. Whatever it is, make a promise to yourself and stick to it. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. The truth is that discipline is hard at first. It's uncomfortable to push through resistance and do the work when you'd rather take it easy. But over time, discipline becomes second nature. The habits you build today will carry you when motivation runs dry. And that's when you start seeing real results, when you've trained yourself to keep going no matter how you feel. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not about grand gestures or big breakthroughs. It's about the grind, the daily commitment to do the work that others aren't willing to do. While everyone else is waiting for motivation to strike, you're making progress. And that progress adds up. Day by day, you get closer to your goals because you're willing to do what's hard. When you're disciplined, you stop negotiating with yourself. There's no more, should I do this today? You just do it. Discipline takes the emotion out of the equation. It's not about whether you feel like it, it's about showing up because you've committed yourself. That kind of consistency is what builds momentum and creates lasting change. Discipline transforms you from the inside out. It teaches you resilience, patience, and the power of small, consistent actions. It's not always exciting, but it's always worth it. When you look back, you'll realize that discipline, not motivation, was the key to everything you achieved. Build it now, and it will carry you through anything life throws your way. There is no perfect time to start. If you're waiting for everything to line up just right, you'll be waiting forever. Life doesn't pause to give you the perfect conditions to chase your dreams. The perfect time is an illusion, and the only time you truly have is now. If you want to change your life, you have to stop waiting and start moving. Too many people wait for a sign, a feeling, or some magical moment when everything will feel easy. But the truth is, there's never going to be a perfect moment to begin. Life is messy, unpredictable, and full of challenges. If you're waiting for the stars to align, you're only giving yourself an excuse to stay in the same place. Starting now doesn't mean you have everything figured out. It means you're willing to take the first step, even if it's small, even if it's imperfect. Progress is messy, and that's okay. The people who achieve their dreams aren't the ones who started perfectly. They're the ones who started when it was hard, inconvenient, or even scary. Every day you wait is a day you lose. Time is the most valuable resource you have, and once it's gone, you can't get it back. If you're serious about change, you have to treat time like the gift it is. Stop saying, I'll do it tomorrow, because tomorrow isn't guaranteed. The time to act is now, no matter how unprepared you feel. Waiting for the perfect time is just another form of fear. It's fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of stepping out of your comfort zone. But fear only has power if you let it stop you. The truth is, there's no such thing as the right time, there's only right now. And right now is more than enough to start. When you take action, even when it feels messy or imperfect, you build momentum. Action creates clarity. The more you move, the more you learn, and the more confident you become. Waiting doesn't teach you anything, but starting does. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a step closer to the life you want. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for things to get easier. Stop waiting for someone to come along and make it all happen for you. Take control of your life and start now. The conditions may not be perfect, but they don't have to be. All that matters is that you take the first step and keep going from there. If you can't see the life you want in your mind, you'll never be able to create it in reality. Visualization is the starting point to transform. Now, it's not just about dreaming. It's about seeing the details of your future so clearly that it becomes a blueprint for your actions. If you can see it, you can achieve it, but the vision has to come first. Without it, you're just wandering through life, hoping things will somehow fall into place. Start by getting specific about what you want. Don't just say you want to be successful. Define what success looks like for you. Is it a certain career, financial freedom, better relationships, or living in a certain city? Picture every detail. What does your day look like? What kind of environment are you in? What kind of people are around you? The clearer your vision, the more powerful it becomes. Your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So when you visualize, you're training your mind to see that life is achievable. Visualization isn't a one-time thing, it's a daily practice. You have to commit to it like you commit to anything else that matters. Set aside time each day to close your eyes and picture your dream life. Feel the emotions you would feel if you were already living it. Feel the pride, the excitement, and the sense of accomplishment. The stronger the emotional connection to your vision, the more your brain will work to make it happen. It's like programming your GPS to the destination you want to reach. When you visualize, you're aligning your subconscious mind with your goals. Your brain starts looking for opportunities, solutions, and resources that match the life you've imagined. You might not even realize it, but that vision is driving your decisions, your actions, and your energy. The more you focus on it, the more you'll notice things that bring you closer to that dream. It's not magic, it's focus and intentionality. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, and that's how you create change. Your vision has to be so strong that it drowns out the doubts, distractions, and negativity around you. There will be days when you feel stuck, when you question whether you're making progress, but that vision will remind you why you started. It becomes your anchor, your guide, and your source of motivation. People who succeed are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who can see the life they want and refuse to let go of that picture, no matter what. Don't let anyone tell you that visualization is just wishful thinking. It's not about sitting around waiting for things to happen. It's about creating a mental blueprint and then taking massive action to build it in the real world. Athletes do it, entrepreneurs do it. And anyone who has achieved greatness has started by seeing it first in their mind. It's not enough to want something. You have to see yourself living it, being it, and owning it before it can ever become real. Visualization gives you clarity. Clarity gives you power. When you know exactly what you're working toward, you don't waste time or energy on things that don't matter. Every decision you make, every step you take is guided by that vision. It's like having a compass that keeps you on track no matter how lost you feel. The more you practice visualization, the stronger your belief becomes, and belief is the fuel that will carry you through the challenges and setbacks on the way to your dreams. You can dream, you can plan, and you can visualize, but nothing happens until you do the work. Too many people want the rewards without the effort, but life doesn't work that way. Success doesn't show up at your door. You've got to chase it, earn it, and fight for it. Every step forward requires action, and action means work, real, consistent, often uncomfortable work. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Doing the work means showing up every single day, no matter how you feel. It's not about being motivated. It's about being disciplined. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline gets the job. Discipline is waking up early when you rather sleep in, putting in hours when no one is watching, and staying focused when distractions try to pull you away. It's not glamorous and it's not easy, but it's what separates the winners from the rest. Most people quit when things get hard. They want shortcuts, easy wins, and overnight success. But here's the truth. There are no shortcuts. The people you admire didn't get there by accident. They put in the time, they endured the setbacks, and they kept going when it would have been easier to stop. Doing the work means embracing the grind, the sweat, and the sacrifices that come with building something worthwhile. If it were easy, everyone would do it. The work isn't just about the big moments, it's about the small, consistent actions that add up over time. Success is built in the quiet hours, in the late nights and early mornings when no one else is around. It's in the effort you put in when no one is clapping for you, when the results are slow to come, and when doubt tries to creep in. Every small step matters. Every task completed, every hour invested brings you closer to your goal. Doing the work isn't just about reaching the goal, it's about who you become in the process. The grind builds character, resilience, and confidence. It teaches you what you're capable of and pushes you to new levels. When you look back, You won't just be proud of what you achieved, you'll be proud of the effort, the growth, and the person you became along the way. That's the real reward of doing the work. Faith is the foundation that holds everything together when life feels like it's falling apart. It's easy to believe when things are going your way, but the true test of faith comes when nothing seems to be working out, when the obstacles pile up and the path ahead looks uncertain. Faith isn't just hoping for the best, it's knowing deep down that if you keep moving, keep working, and keep trusting, everything will come together in time. Keeping the faith means holding on to your belief even when you can't see the evidence. There will be moments when progress feels invisible, and it seems like no matter what you do, nothing is changing. That's when most people give up, but that's when faith kicks in. Faith reminds you that what's happening behind the scenes is bigger than what you can see. Just because it's not visible now doesn't mean the seeds you've planted aren't growing. Faith isn't passive, it's active. You don't just sit back and wait for things to happen. You keep working, you keep showing up. And you keep pushing forward because you believe that your effort will pay off. Faith doesn't mean the absence of struggle. It means trusting that the struggle has a purpose. It's about knowing that every challenge, every setback, and every delay is shaping you, preparing you, and positioning you for what's coming next. Life will test your faith in ways you never imagined. You'll face rejection, disappointment, and moments of doubt that make you question whether you're on the right path. Those moments are not the time to quit. They're the time to dig deeper. Faith isn't just about believing in a higher power or the universe. It's about believing in yourself, your ability to overcome, and your worthiness to achieve what you're working for. It's about refusing to let temporary circumstances define your destiny. At its core, faith is about trusting the timing of your life. You may not be where you want to be yet, but that doesn't mean you're not on your way. Every delay, every detour, and every difficulty is part of the process. The key is to keep the faith alive no matter how long it takes or how hard it gets. Faith is what bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be, and as long as you hold on to it, you'll never lose your way.